Don't blink. It's your blink. Welcome to Controversial. Because we are having a wonderful day on this 15th September 2025. It is super early. As you can see, the sun is rising. I'm going to be doing some Brooklyn Nine-Nine videos. I don't know how much I got for time because storage is low once again. It's a terrible thing, but hey. Alas, it shall be done. It shall be done. And because it shall be done, it shall be done. So I hope you guys are ready, because I sure am. And let's freaking go. So where is it? I always forget where it is. I always forget where it is. We watched a couple of episodes today. So what happened is, again, we made some videos at 3:30. And we watched, for the rest, we did watch it. So these are not working. Of course, I'm gonna do my TikTok. Oh, okay, you know what? Nice. Some broke. Yeah, we're not doing good with storage again, but it's okay. It's okay. Even if I could do only one episode, there is only one. It's already one episode that I have less to do. I want your things in my room. I miss you all of the time. I watch myself on the internet. Okay, so next on the list we have, which is kind of insane, we have the very first episode. We're at season 3 already. We're at season 3, episode 3, so that's pretty freaking good. I'm gonna speed it up because, listen, we have 2 days to do it. And 2 days is not a lot. It's not a lot at all. I'm also surprised by how much it goes. So you know what? Wait a second, we just did this one, right? There you go. There you go. I don't think it's possible, but we'll try. Let's go. So Jake goes in, and the cold open. That's actually pretty good. There's this bad guy that Jake has been chasing, and he finally has a chance to catch it. So what he does is he do a cool police chase, which is jumping on cars and then jumping from car to car. However, one of the car has a open sunroof, so Jake gets badly injured. But this episode is about phone is too hot, which is to be expected. But this is also a good news because that baby needed some space. We're possibly gonna be going in soon. If I can manage to do that, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. Oh, 45 minutes. Schnitzel. That is very, very bad. 7 gigs though. 7 gigs is good. 7 gig is really good actually. Yeah, we're possibly gonna go in. But at the same time, listen, with this episode, the plan I would love to do is do the last episode because we got basically 4 episodes I can do. So because Jake is hurt, this is another episode of Jake trying to be trying to get away from being a cop and being obsessed with being a cop, which is hard for Jake because listen, he's in a couple episodes and he still hasn't given up. So they go in, and it's super freaking cool. They're super freaking cool. I'm gonna go in. Yeah, give me a sec. There you go. For the simple reason that once again we waited too long. We made a couple of videos before that, and because we made a couple of videos, well, the unavoidable happened, and we had too much sun. But it's okay because I'm gonna have way more. I want to make sure that you guys are comfy. Oh yes, okay, that's good. Very at risk of falling, but when there's no risk, there's no fun. A little bit tired, but hey. So Jake goes in, and Terry is worried about him because he knows how Jake is hurted. Is hurt. Jake goes with the cops. With the doctor said she didn't give me your okay. We have a very cool scene between Gina. No, sorry, not Gina, but Rosa and Olds. Olds have a party at his house, and I was secretly hoping for a birthday party part two. However, didn't get it, so this is a bit of a disappointment. to the team of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Not a personal thing, but hey, we could have done that. So cool. So they invited everybody, which is Amy, Gina, and Rosa. Cool thing, we're gonna have another episode of Gina and Amy. Gina tells Amy, yo, you're too stressed about that. Relax, it's gonna be okay. Which I kind of liked because Gina is being older sisterly to Amy. More of Jake having to leave. I say goes on a party or a vacation with Charles, which is super cool because it's ACDC, Atlantic Club Dude Club, Atlantic City Dudes Club. But Jake lied, and he's going to a motel where you know the Perks is there. Now this is a cool scene. However, it's boring because we know what happened with Alt and Jake. There's a similar situation. Alt and a safe house was supposed to be with Jake, but Alt texted Charles to come. This is the same thing, but instead of Alt texting Charles to come, Charles texts Terry to come. So similar situation, very very similar situation. They end up in a motel,
New trip nickname ACDC, Atlantic City Detectives Club.
and it's so super cool because Jake manipulates Charles, and Charles is a victim of it. They go in the subway. This is really cool because Gina is telling Amy to play it more cooler. The food that Amy does is again disgusting. Amy is said to be a bad cook, but you know what's cool? We had this episode last season of Thanksgiving dinner, and it was Amy that did it, and she put baking powder in the mashed potatoes. This is established. Gina and Marcus are the first to come. It goes really, really well, which is super freaking cool because you see Rosa, and I was complaining about it. I was actually complaining about Rosa not having some evolution, and of course, when I opened my mouth, they proved me wrong once again. Damn you, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So what happened is Rosa has a lot more scenes. She is a lot more comfortable. Old is very much like Rosa, and it's crazy because I don't do the connection. I didn't do the connection easily, but Rosa and Old have a lot in common. They're both hyper reserved. They're both people that like to be on their own, so it's kind of cool. Kevin is more of a social butterfly, so he allows Rosa to talk about. And Rosa says to Old, I might be pregnant. Which is this is reaction. Yeah, this is his reaction. So she's worried about it, but still. It's super cool is Charles when he lies, he uses a preppy voice, which I'm gonna let you listen to. But you know what's even cooler? It's something we know he did. It's something I know he did. I'm gonna show you the Charles.
That's betrayal. How dare you? Place was awesome. My theory is that Olsen and his brother have been using it as a home base while they rob places up and down the coast.
This is really cool.
Fascinating. You desire a crispy potato. Ah, don't mind if I do. Wait a minute. Crispy potato. Why are you fancy talking? How dare you, sir? I speak the common tongue. There it is again. You only do that when you're lying or hiding something. Hiding? Pish posh. Housekeeping.
There you go, Terry. You can tell by the voice right away. And I love that he says housekeeping. Like nobody's gonna suspect a thing, but he has a very distinct voice. So this was super cool. Jake goes to the bathroom, but he hides. This is super cool because Olt is actually a word about a Rosa. It's like, yo, are you sure that you're pregnant? Are you good with being pregnant? And I cannot help but see Olt as a father figure to everybody. And here Rosa is also it's also useful for her.
Counterpoint. I am right all the time. There's our perf.
Yeah, this is the perp, which Jake cannot do the crime, but as long as the guy is put behind bars, this is kind of cool, right? Alt covers for Rosa, which is cool because he cover. Why is it really cool? Because he covered from Kevin, his loved one, covered from Marcus, which is his nephew. So Old had Rosa's back. Amy goes all the way to be told that the party is canceled. Now the problem with that is Gina's like, yo, you're caring too much. And Old canceling the party is showing that he doesn't even care with Gina and Amy coming in. So this is kind of pretty rude, right?
That's the worst part. You could have died, man. I wasn't hurt that.
Terry is pissed at Jay because he took some risk, but at the same time, and this is really cool because we saw Alt do the same thing, do the exact same thing. And why is that cool? Well, because Alt is possibly the evolved version of Jake. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well,
We got Amy.
Just wanted to say thank you.
This is a really cool scene. Rosa goes in and talk to Alt and say thank you, which makes Alt realize that he can do some good in the world. So what he does is when you know what I didn't realize? Alt literally has a picture of Chester on his desk, which is adorable. I didn't even realize that. So because he says thank you, Alt realized that it's nice to be nice. So when Amy confronts it about kissing the dinner, she didn't care. She goes in and she's like, "Yo," he's like, I'll reschedule. I'm sorry," which was really cool. Jake makes it up to Charles, and invites him to a real Atlantic City trip, which was nice because Charles deserves it. And this is pretty much it. We got the next episode. Wait a second. Wait a second. Schnitzel. Oh, guys, we watch a lot. Wait a second. Ooh, we watch a lot. Okay, so we got Lieutenant Dave Major, which is super cool. Rosa cold open wear a pink shirt, which is just a reason for people to make fun of Charles. So it's a cool cold open. However, it's something that we saw time and time again. So it's not something that's very mentionable. Charles once again.
Vote for Jake. Vote for Jake. Yeah.
What the vote for Jake?
Also a very choice. I mean, look at me, not a profile.
Sir, please let the record show that the sauce in his face is from yesterday. It is that level of eagle-eyed observation that I plan
Enough.
to
You can both work the case.
There you go. So there's a guy from a higher rank that needs a help for the case. So he chose Jake and he chose Amy, which is really cool because it brings back the whole Amy and Jake back, which is super important because it's gonna be a big part in season 3, but also in the end of season 2. Super nice, super nice. We got Gary Shaw, which is coming to see, and he's not gonna see Old, but then he went to come and see Terry. Now, this is absolutely, absolutely amazing because Old is pretty sure that he's here for him, but he's there for Terry. So Terry might be leaving, and Terry has some good reason because they offer him more money, they offer him more vacation. So, of course, his family is also super important, and it's cool because we show Terry is a good father. So then they're worried. Gina, Jake and Amy are practicing their impression with Omen, which is super, 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 super cool. They're both close. Charles and Gina are trying desperately to get Terry to stay. They're trying really hard to get Terry to stay, but Alt is the guy who saved the day. They work on the case, which is super cool. Then the officer takes Jake to a bar super private for like important cops. And then he asks him, "What do you think about Amy? Should I ask her out?" Which makes Jake realize that she is important to him. Why is that a great plot? Well, because the first time Jake really showed his feeling to Amy was when a certain I don't know what was his name. Yes, Teddy, you're right. When Teddy came in and said, "Hey, I'm interested into Amy," Jake said, "No, no, no, I'm interested into Amy." And the fact that another cop's coming in and saying that he wants to date her is super cool. Now, Jake asked Rosa some advice. He said, "Yo, I still like Amy," and she says, "Don't worry, as long as she doesn't double talk, she's not interested," which is super freaking nice. And then she goes to the date and she does double talk, which means that she's interested in the other cop. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. Gina and Charles are begging Alt to be more understanding towards Terry because he's not being understanding, and because he's not being understanding, it's really hard for them to be like, "Yo, Terry's gonna stay," because Alt is a giant douchebag. So what he says is, it's like digitalize your file from this year to this year. However, Alt plan is genius because it is to make Terry realize all the good he's done in the community, and that if he's in the 99, he can continue to do good, which is super, super freaking nice. Jake is trying to get away from Amy, but people are stopping him, which is super cool. And this is cool because Jake is super shy to ask Amy out, which is really, really, really nice because we know that Jake wants it. We don't know how Amy feels. However, at the end of the episode, it's revealed. So the guy he wants to ask Amy out, which is kind of odd because it doesn't work, but it served the purpose, which is more than that. The purpose, which is that Jake wants to ask her out before he asks her out. Not to do the same mistake as he did with Teddy. Jake goes in and figure out the crime. They're all a cleaner, which leads to finding out who is the culprit. Oh yeah. And this is super cool. This is super cool. So more of it. Jake's trying to go back to the bar. He managed to get back to the bar. Managed to get to see Amy, and this is the important part. He sees Amy, and he does all of it. He does like 50 minutes or no,